Hey, welcome. I wanted to share with you the thing that I absolutely think is the must have in an RV. Now, not everyone has the luxury of having this. And when we got this for our RV, it like completely changed the game. Like, I love RV travel. I love road trips. I loved having our Class C and then going up to a fifth wheel. But this right here is the thing that like I love the most. And it is our Splendide washer and dryer. It was a big deal when we bought this because it's kind of expensive. You know, it's about $1,000. And I went through Amazon and read all the reviews. I'm like, gosh, should we get it? Is it worth the money? It's so worth the money. Do your clothes come out a little bit wrinkled? If I did your laundry, they absolutely would come out wrinkly. But Victor is so much better at like noticing when it buzzes and it's like, oh, they're done. If you take it out right away, it doesn't get wrinkled. I just am not good at laundry because I forget. I love laundry though. That's the irony. So this Splendide is, it probably can hold it can hold about 4 bath towels or 1 day's worth of laundry for our entire family. So it's pretty much running every night. One of the like cons of it is that, it shakes a lot when it's like on the spin cycle. So that's just to know it does. Sometimes people will be over like, what is going on in your RV? And it's just the dryer or the spin cycle. And on a side note, you know what's cool also about this is our amazing spot where we grow our microgreens, or we get our microgreen seeds started. So I just want to, on a side note, just show you they're blue. They're actually working. Anyways, once they're ready, once they sprout, probably by the end of the day or tomorrow, we'll put them by a window. And then, so I put a link in there for this too, because these are awesome to have. These are really great because microgreens have like 10 times the amount of antioxidant and nutrients. And so if for some reason we're on a road trip and I don't want to have to stop at the grocery store, it's nice to just know that I can add these to our salad. And then we have a little bit extra vitamins and good food for us while we're traveling. Okay, back to Splendide. So really what I wanted to talk about today was that the mistake we made. When we went up to Montana, we winterized the RV, but we forgot to winterize the washing machine. And so Victor is going to come on and show you what we did. It was when we pulled this out of storage, well, we brought it back down to Utah a couple weeks ago. We went to use it and it turned on and it worked. But then when it got to the draining cycle, nothing happened. And not to like throw Victor under the bus or something, but he doesn't really love fixing things. He fixed this, and for him to fix my washing machine, like his stock was like GameStop this week.
All right, so first, after a whole lot of cursing and like, oh, I don't really want to fix this, I'm generally of the mindset that I don't want to get my hands too dirty because you're going to go into this sort of rat's nest. But I will say this about the 2100 XC. It does have a couple cool things that will make it so that you can fix it. In this process, I ended up taking it out, turning it upside down, and removing the pump that pumps out the water. But at the bottom right-hand side of this, down under here, under this panel, there is a port that allows you to access the drain pipe. Now, for the most part, after doing a little troubleshooting and looking on the forums, they talked about dime or nickels getting stuck in there and impeding it. So that's the first thing I did. I removed that little drain. It's counterclockwise. Take it out. If there's a little water there, you have to make sure you have something under there. So if you get stuck and your water's in here, you'll end up wetting the floor. So make sure you're prepared for that. The other element is, as you go to do that, under that right-hand side is also the manual release for the door. So a lot of people will be like, I can't get my clothes out. Well, there's a little green tab down under this panel that you pull out, and that allows you to access and open the door. Again, remember, if you have a tub full of water, a bin full of water, that's going to come out. So be aware, be prepared for that. After I removed that and pulled it out, I found a dime in there. So I thought, great, I fixed the problem. I slid it back in, nothing, still wouldn't drain. So I adjusted it and set it to the drain, wouldn't work. So manually drained it. We actually did a couple loads, just me
Probably
manually.
10 loads.
10 loads, me just manually draining it before I bit the bullet, took this guy out, turned it on its side, and accessed the bottom pump. Now, once we accessed the bottom pump, I first checked out all the tubes to see if there was anything clogged. put it back together, see if that fixed it. Didn't fix it. So the third time, I'm like, all right, I got to get my hands dirty. So I'm like, look, I got to take apart this pump. So I turned it on its side, took it out, removed the pump, and I noticed that there was a seal that had come loose. Now, one of the problems with winterizing is probably that contract and relax. There's probably some remaining water in there. And so in the process of thawing, it kind of loosened up a seal. I took some Gorilla Glue, sealed it up, put the whole thing back together. And the first thing I did was not put clothes in. I actually threw it through a drying cycle for about 60 minutes so that the hot air goes down there and dries that glue pretty effectively. And then I crossed my fingers and hope for the best. Threw in my first load. Lo and behold, I heard the water coming out of here. And I was like, okay, it's not going to fix it. It's just going to do it this one time. Did the second load. Same thing happened. At this point, it looks like it's fixed. That's where I'll go. If I need to fix, if something happens again, I could probably replace that pump. Or we got to go in there and re-glue it. So, overall, I love this machine. I would recommend this one. Does come with a vent in the back. Keep an eye on the lint. So if you can access the back, clean out that lint tray. Another element that I've discovered too is that you can actually remove the lint from in here. If you just download the manual, when you purchase it, it'll show you how to kind of get the lint. You run it empty, fill it up halfway, change the setting, fill it up again, and it just basically tries to clean. It's a self-cleaning mechanism. So I do recommend you do that once, twice every couple months, just to make sure that it doesn't get built up, because in the end a lot of that lint that's accumulating here, because it's a dryer combo, is going out through that pipe. So if you wait too long, that could clog your washer dryer.